Pictures also reinforce negative patterns, right? Pictures can lock you into like a repetitive emotional and behavior patterns. If you have a strong picture in your root chakra, right, that first chakra related to insecurity or fear for survival, you may find yourself constantly feeling unsafe or anxious, even when there's no immediate threat. So these pictures create loops where the same emotional response is triggered repeatedly, reinforcing the same negative pattern. For instance, this person experienced, let's say, emotional neglect or significant loss early in life. So energy from that painful experience can become imprinted in their heart chakra. And this picture can create a subconscious belief that they will always be abandoned or left behind, whether by loved ones, friends, or partners. So how would they experience this in life, right? So self-sabotage in relationships. So this person may unconsciously push people away or test their loved ones by creating unnecessary conflicts, expecting that they will eventually be abandoned anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? It may be interpret small issues as sign of rejection and overacting emotionally, right? Also, fear of vulnerability, right? Because they expect abandonment. They may avoid getting close to others or expressing their true emotion, fearing that opening up will only lead to heartbreak. This reinforces the cycle of loneliness as they prevent deeper connections from forming. And also repeating toxic patterns, right? Um, this picture might also attract partners or friends who are emotionally unavailable or distant, perpetuating that cycle of abandonment. And each new instant of emotional withdrawal, from others, reinforcing the picture, making them feel as though abandonment is inevitable. So this, it reinforces that negative loop. The belief in abandonment leads to the behavior that pushes people away, confirming the belief and storing even more energy in the heart chakra, which continues to block the person from experiencing healthy and fulfilling relationships. Pictures also cause physical symptoms. When the energy is blocked, due to pictures in the chakra, it can lead to physical symptoms in the area governed by that chakra. And in a moment, we're going to discuss in detail what each chakra governs and where to find that information within the 12 layers of each chakra. An example of how pictures cause physical symptoms could be someone holding a picture of an unexpressed grief, right, stored in the throat chakra. And how do these pictures cause physical symptoms? So the throat chakra, is associated with communication, self-expression, and truth, right? Speaking your truth. So if a person has experienced deep emotional pain, um, such as loss of a loved one, but felt unable or unsafe to express their grief, perhaps due to, societal expectations or a family environment that discourages um, emotional expression, this unprocessed emotion could be stored as a picture in the throat. And this energy block can lead to both emotional suppression and physical symptoms. And how would a person experience this in life? So they might have like chronic throat issues, right? Physically, this person might experience a reoccurring issue like sore throat or thyroid problems. because the energy related to communication is being suppressed, or tightness, right, in the neck, or frequency or frequent hoarseness, right? These symptoms reflect the blocked energy in the throat chakra, where the unexpressed grief is energetically trapped. Even though there may be no apparent physical cause, right? The emotional blockages manifest as ongoing discomfort or illness in the throat area. Also, difficulty speaking up, right? Emotionally, this person may find it hard to express their feelings or needs, particularly when it comes to emotional topics like grief, vulnerability, or sadness, right? They may avoid discussing painful emotional emotions altogether, right? Feeling choked up or unable to find the right words when they try to express themselves. And they might also have suppression of creativity. So the throat chakra is also linked to creativity and expression, right? With the unexpressed grief blocking this energy center, they may feel creatively stifled, right? Or unable to communicate their ideas. They might express a lack of inspiration or frustration when they try to create art, music, writing, or any other form of self-expression, right? So to go along with this example, the unexpressed grief stored in the throat leads to blocked flow of energy, manifesting in persistent physical symptoms like, throat irritation or tightness, and emotional symptoms like fear of self-expression, right? The ongoing suppression of emotions reinforce the cycle. As each time they withhold this grief or sadness, the physical and emotional blockage deepens. And in our teaching, what we would say about that, it's that it keeps creating, that picture gets thicker and thicker and thicker, right? Eventually, this can lead to more serious conditions such as, chronic throat infection or thyroid issues, as the energy block continues to manifest in the physical body. Okay, so pictures also limit spiritual growth. Yeah, pictures, especially in the upper chakras, right? The crown and the third eye can limit your ability to connect with higher guidance and spiritual insight. So an example of how pictures limit spiritual growth could be someone holding a picture of fear of judgment in their crown chakra, all right? And how this picture limits spiritual growth. So the crown chakra, it's associated with spiritual connection, higher consciousness, and divine guidance. If someone has experienced criticism for spiritual belief or practices, right? Perhaps growing up in a family or community that views spiritual as frivolous or wrong, right? This experience can form a picture of fear associated with judgment or persecution. This picture can act as a barrier to their spiritual development. And how might they experience that in life? They could avoidance of spiritual practice, right? This person may avoid engaging in spiritual practices that resonate with them, such as meditation, prayer, or energy work, out of fear that others will ridicule or disapprove. So they might feel a strong pull toward these practices, but ultimately back away, because of the ingrained belief that they should hide their spiritual interests. And if they do engage in these practices, they will do it when no one sees them, right? Hidden from their friends and family. Another way they might experience this is in life is limiting limited connection to the higher selves, the fear of judging or the fear of judgment creates a barrier that hinders, their ability to connect with their higher self, intuition, and spirit guides. They might feel disconnected from their inner wisdom or have difficult trusting spiritual insights. Instead of exploring their spiritual path, they may feel lost or confused about their spiritual beliefs and purpose. And fear of public expression. They're drawn to sharing their spiritual journey with others, whether through writing, teaching, or public speaking. If they were drawn to that, they might shy away from the opportunity to express themselves due to the fear of being judged, right? This fear can lead to a feeling of stagnation, yeah, preventing them from sharing their unique gifts and insights and passion with the world, right? So this fear of judgment stored in the crown chakra really creates a barrier to spiritual growth, leading to a feeling of isolation and confusion. Instead of expanding your consciousness and exploring their spiritual, potential, they might remain stuck in a limited perspective. The picture keeps them from embracing their true self and sharing their spiritual journey with others, reinforcing the feeling of, inadequacy and further limiting, their growth. As a result, they may miss opportunities for connections, healings, enlightenment that really could enrich their life. So pictures also create emotional imbalance. Since pictures are often tied to intense emotional experience, they can throw off the emotional balance of a chakra. So for instance, pictures that create emotional imbalances could be someone holding a picture of abandonment, stored in their heart. Like we said before, right? And how this picture creates the emotional imbalance. So, the heart is associated with love, compassion, relationships, right? So if a person experiences significant emotional loss or betrayal, such as a parent leaving during childhood or a romantic partner breaking up without an explanation, right? This trauma can form a picture in the heart that reinforces the feeling of abandonment, and this picture can lead to wide range of emotional and other examples of how you might experience this in life besides the one I already gave is, maybe overly attached or that clingy behavior, like obsessive behavior. And this person may struggle with feelings of insecurity in relationships, leading them to become like overly attached or clingy to the partner, friends, or family members as well. And they may constantly seek, like reassurance and fear others will leave them, which can create, tension and conflict in their relationship. Also, difficulty trusting others, right? The picture of abandonment can cause them to project past experiences on new relationships, leading to difficulties in trusting others. And they might question the intention of the friend or partner, always fearing betrayal or loss, which results in emotional distance or avoidance of deep connection, right? Another thing is mood swings and emotional turbulence, right? The unresolved feelings of abandonment can create mood swings or emotional turbulence. They might swing between feeling of intense love and deep fear of rejection, leading to like a volatile emotional state that are difficult to manage. And this can result in outbursts of anger, sadness, or anxiety, creating chaos in their relationship and daily life. So the emotional imbalances, stemming from the picture of abandonment stored in the heart could lead to cycles of insecurity and fear. And instead of experiencing healthy, balanced relationship, this person may find themselves caught in patterns of attachment, this distrust, and emotional instability. And each new relationship or interaction may trigger the old wounds, associated with abandonment, reinforcing, the emotional imbalance and preventing them from achieving true emotional healing and connection.